Are you, as a football fan, also not surprised whenever you see Manchester United play like this? It is so regular now that we see this spiritless, energyless, zero work rate performance from Manchester United players again and again. It's no longer surprising. In this video, we'll talk about the 5 reasons why Manchester United lost against Newcastle for the third time in a row. The first reason, the most obvious reason, is our players having zero work rate, lazy players. Both Manchester United and Newcastle United have a lot of injuries throughout the season. But the difference between them is even with a B team of Newcastle, they play a lot better with a lot more passion, a lot more tactically than these United players. On paper, Manchester United had a better team, but on field, they were demolished. They were outrun in every single department. That's not excusable. It's not just one player who was lazy. It's the whole team. You can say that about Garnacho. You can say that about Rashford. You can say that about Martial, Dalot, Bissaka. It's just that the whole team isn't a team right now. They are just individuals on it on a team with the same shirt. That's it. Throughout this whole match, we saw how many times Newcastle United's wingers and fullbacks are overlapping. But the problem is, our wingers weren't tracking them. Garnacho was not tracking Trippier. Rashford was not tracking Livramento. So it was an obvious thing that Pisaka and Dalot were going to get overrun. But here's the problem. Our team wasn't even pressing properly. One player went, the other didn't go. Two player went, the third didn't go. It's just that I understand it's a very difficult place to go to. But you have to put in the effort to at least win the match. We didn't see any effort from these players yet again. Another big match, another zero effort performance from a lot of these players. The worst of them, I would have to say, it has to be Rashford. He looked like the player who was the most tired on the pitch. He was the one who couldn't even jog back to track Livramento a lot of times. He had a week break. He didn't even go travel to Galatasaray. Last week, he got a pity penalty. That should have motivated him that I don't need these pity goals. I can score them all on my own. But he didn't show any of that desire. There was a moment when Livramento just ran past him and that Rashford couldn't even push him off the ball. And even when he got out dribbled by Livramento, he was just jogging back. Not even jogging. That was just barely faster than a walk. That's not acceptable at this club when you're the highest paid player. Garnacho was the same. He was just getting outclassed by Trippier in every department, be it runs, be it dribbling, be it anything. Trippier had him in his pocket, whether going for an attack or defense. Our midfield has been a problem throughout the whole season, and this just continues to show it. We can win as many matches as we want against lower placed teams, against Everton, Luton, Sheffield. But as soon as we play a decent team, it shows how bad we are. McTominay is ghosting again. I know he scores goal, but he is not offering anything to the team besides that. Joe Linton, who is a forward, converted to midfielder, played 10 times better than McTominay, which is his natural position. Joe Linton outplayed McTominay in defending, passing, pressing, even forward runs. If you're traveling away and you know you're going to defend a lot, the least you can do is win the second balls. But we were getting outclassed even there. It was no surprise that we didn't even have any possession. It's no surprise we had these bad stats. We weren't pressing, we weren't winning second balls, we weren't passing. It was so obvious we were going to lose. The only saving grace is they only scored one. They should have scored 3 or 4 goals at the very least. I can go on and on. It's like an endless thing, but let's move on to the second point. Players are at fault, but Ten Hag was also at a major fault in this match. The second reason why we lost this game is Ten Hag's team selection. When Ten Hag came in, we all wanted players who weren't performing under Ragnick, under Ole, under Mourinho to leave, to not be in this team anymore. But what's happening now is we are seeing the same players who played for the previous managers playing again. Maguire, Dalot, Bissaka, McTominay, Rashford, Martial. It's more or less the same team. The only difference is Menu and Garnacho. Other than that, it's an Oli team. We know these players cannot perform, that these players crumble under mentality. Yet, Ten Hag is sticking to picking these players again and again. He said that Varane isn't being picked for passing angles, for tactical reasons. But the thing is, what tactical reason? What passing angles? We weren't even passing the ball. You just take the ball and highball it to the center line. That's it. We weren't passing through the midfield. We weren't passing out from the back. Just take the ball and just launch it towards the four forwards. That's it. So if that was the game plan anyways, why are you dropping Varane for the third or fourth game in a row? Okay, let's say you're dropping Varane to play Shaw. Fine. Why is Dalot playing at left back when we have Reguilon fit? Dalot was destroyed by Almiron throughout the whole match. If Almiron could finish, he probably could have had 2 goals alone. So at one point, he's saying he wants passing angles. And that's why he's playing a left-footed centre-back instead of Varane. But then at the same point, he's playing a right-footed left-back and not Reguilon, who's a natural left-back. So it's just, he's being too stubborn with his team. And this stubbornness will get him sacked for sure. A lot of the fans have turned on him, and that this is only the start of December. We have a lot of games to come. Way tougher games. And he will get sacked if he sticks by McTominay and Rashford and players like these who are known for giving up in tough times. If the plan was to sit back, then why are you dropping Amrabat, who is an actual central defensive midfielder? Just put in Menu and Amrabat and let Bruno free. But no, he wants to play McTominay because he brings passion. We don't need only passion. We need a lot more than passion against Newcastle away. It was obvious when he put out that team that we were going to lose. Ten Hag is making a lot of mistakes currently with his team selections especially. And if he continues being this stubborn, not picking his own transfers or his own best players like Varane at CB or Amrabat CDM with Menu, switching out Rashford, just dropping him from the team and playing Anthony or Pellistri, we will continue to lose in a way, way worse results in the coming games. The third reason why we lost is the mentality of the team. It's our away form whenever we go to a good club. There are just such shit stats, such as we have played 5 games against a team which are in the top 5 and we have lost all 5 against them. Not only that, another stat, a team which is in the top 8, whenever we have traveled to such a team, we haven't won at their ground since 2021 October. The last game we won was under Oli at Spurs. That long ago. 2 years ago. More than 2 years. So it's so bad that as soon as we travel to a good team, to a good stadium, that these players crumble under pressure. They just down their tools. They don't do anything. The very least you can do is at least run after the ball. Put in at least 100% of your energy. If you can't pass, if you can't shoot, at least press for the ball. At least tackle for the ball. Win second balls, but these players just give up. They freeze like a deer in front of a headlight as soon as we travel somewhere good. 2 years since we have won an away game against a top 8 team. It's unacceptable, but it's not surprising. Not surprising at all with this current group of players. Manager is also at fault for just sticking by them and not changing them. Let Hannibal play, let Amrabat play, Varane play, Reguilon. We have options which will be better than these dead players. Fourth reason why we lost, no play style. Ten Hag is just going by on survival tactics, survival football. Get one goal, defend, and hope we win. That's it. We had we have no creative passing play that we can see from one game to the next game. Every goal is different for the last month and a half. We cannot see a regular pattern in the play. Yes, we can say that it's due to injuries, but there has to be something similar from one game to the next game. The only thing similar is that we are shit. That's it. The scoreline 1-0 is very deceiving. You might think that it's a bit close game, but it was not a close game at all. It was so bad that we should have lost 4-0, 5-0. Onana made one good save, but other than that, he couldn't claim crosses. His passing was bad. So, what is the future of this team? We cannot press, we cannot attack, we cannot defend. Our midfield is a lost cause since the starting. It's basically all ball with the same players. So what is Ten Hag bringing here? By no means I'm Ten Hag out, but I'm just saying that he will get sacked if he keeps doing this. If he keeps being stubborn with these players, with this playing style, with this midfield. He needs to stop doing this 1-6 and 2-8s. He needs to go back to 2 holding and 1 cam, because we will get battered. If you've liked my video so far, then I would really appreciate a like, and please click on the subscribe button below so you can be notified when I post my next video, probably of the Chelsea United game. The last reason, and it's probably the least important reason, but it has to be talked about. It's the officiating. The issue I have with this is Fabian Schar, right? In the first half, he made a very obvious foul on Bruno when he was on a counter attack. It was like a 3v2 situation, and Schar makes a really bad tackle. That should have been a yellow, but of course, the referee didn't give it. Then in the second half, he makes this tackle. The problem with officiating this season is they're not consistent. This tackle has been given a red card in every match. Rashford got it in Champions League. Liverpool have gotten it. Spurs have gotten it. So many teams have gotten this red card. But the surprising thing is, the referee didn't even give him a yellow here. This should have been his second yellow at the very least. It should have been a red for him, like a converted red. But he finished the match with 0 yellow cards. That's so bad. Because if Schar gets a yellow card in the first half, it makes him a lot more cautious in the second half. I'm not saying that we would have won, but it makes a difference. Who knows if Schar got a red card, that the match might have changed. We probably would still have lost. But it does affect the games. Like, why is Schar not getting a red card here, but Casemiro gets it? So I'm just not satisfied with how many decisions have gone against United this season. And this is just a small example of it. It's probably the least important reason, but it's still a reason. I've just let out my rant in this video because I've become so disappointed. I've become so numb to this pain, to this anger towards this team. I think it's beginning of the end for Ten Hag if he keeps sticking with this tactics and this team. He will get sacked because the players are already down in their tools. We can see it very easily that these players are not playing as a team, and they will get him sacked to save their own skin. We have a lot of difficult games with Chelsea coming up. Then we have Bayern, Liverpool, Aston Villa, West Ham, all difficult games and all games we can lose with this current form. I'm really worried for this team. I'm worried for Ten Hag and I'm worried for the club. If he wants to stay in his job, he needs to drop Rashford and McTominay at the very least. Play Reguilon where he's supposed to play Shaw where he's supposed to play, and bring back Varane. If he keeps freezing out Varane, we will concede a ton more goals. I don't even know what else to say. I'm just tired of doing the same thing again and again, of seeing the same performance for the last 2 years. Ten Hag, sacking Ten Hag is not the answer. It's not going to change anything. A tiger doesn't change its stripes. These players will get another manager sacked. Ten Hag is also the problem to some degree, but these players are the biggest problems. And Ten Hag needs to realize this and change them if he wants to keep his job. Because they will definitely get him sacked. I'll see you all in my next video. Please leave a like and click on the subscribe button below. Goodbye.